Hey everybody, just had dinner with my family. It's basically my brother on the Interceptor, Royal Enfield. One of the best bikes I think you can get for the price. I think there's no bike in the market, especially in India, for that price and for what it has to offer. Fantastic bike. It's rained quite a bit today, so luckily Hari and I joined at dinner and I getting some content for free. The bike is 650cc. It is one of those bikes that people who especially enjoy that Royal Enfield riding experience and also want that extra pull and power, especially on the highways, and that smooth smooth engine. I think the twin cylinder, they have really upped their game and sort of broke the market, making it extremely difficult for other competitors, priced around 3 lakhs, because you're getting a twin cylinder motorcycle for approximately 3.5 lakhs, which in my opinion is a steal. And it's an extremely well designed bike in terms of ergonomics, the feel of it, how planted it is on the road. Anyone looking to upgrade and wants a really sort of bike which has that very classic retro feel to it with all the modern technology, you can look at the Interceptor. It's a very simple motorcycle with minimal electronics, sort of making it favorable to be used in India. I'm not sure if it has any riding modes, but really good beginner big engine motorcycle, the Interceptor 650. In terms of agility, the bike is pretty heavy comparatively. I mean, people who are used to riding Royal Enfields probably wouldn't find much of a difference, but for ones who are transitioning from lighter motorcycles, will definitely feel the weight. So the agility of that motorcycle is not very sharp like a street motorcycle such as a Duke 390 or a Triumph Trident, motorcycles of that sort. Yeah, it has much more of a swerving sort of a riding style. It's not sharp as such, but of course still handles really well, very grounded because of the weight, because the weight is built. So one of the things I realized about riding the KTM and then the Ducati Scrambler Icon, which also is my second bike, and then I jumped to the Interceptor one day, it rides in between the two, in between the Duke and the Scrambler, I'll explain more about the Scrambler's feel in future videos, but it's sort of got a plush ride, but also sort of firm suspension in the front, which gives a good front end feedback. But one of the things I think is not as expected, or at least I think it can be much better, is the braking on the Interceptor 650. For that weight and the power it's got, the braking I feel can be better than what it is currently. Yeah, still does a pretty decent job, you know. I think you can do a top speed of almost 160 if I'm not wrong. It's an easy 120 all day cruising sort of a bike, you know. You can ride 600-700 kilometers if you are capable and experienced enough to do so. But 300 kilometers to 400 kilometers should be a breeze on that motorcycle. You know, look at the ergonomics, very beautiful, comfortable sitting posture, pretty wide handlebars. But one thing I have noticed that my brother has sort of had to get used to, I would say, it's not really a deal breaker, is the position of the foot pegs. Especially when you stop at signals or traffic, the way that foot pegs is positioned is quite cumbersome, sort of comes in the way of how your legs are positioned, which is sort of annoying until you get used to it. And you can, if you're not used to it and new to the motorcycle, you can get your shin hurt quite bad. But once you're used to it, I think it seems alright. So yeah, it's a great motorcycle. And of course the sound of the motorcycle is wonderful. Not as loud as the usual Royal Enfields, but I think all motorcycle manufacturers have now, because of the current norms, have reduced the sound and much quieter motorcycles. You don't even realize that it's such a powerful motorcycle passing you by or following you. Yeah, it works as an advantage as well as a disadvantage. It's a beautiful motorcycle. So basically, Hari is my brother. He owned a Thunderbird before this, and since I was upgrading to a big engine motorcycle, I dragged him along and I asked him, let's go try the new Enfield, you might like it and love it. He's like, nah, it's okay, we'll see and all that. But one day I got a chance to just drag him along, and then that's it. Once he took a test ride on the motorcycle, he was smitten. He knew exactly what I was talking about. So it was a lot of fun to see his reaction. I wish I was vlogging then. But I absolutely recorded all of the reactions. But nevertheless, maybe about 6 months after his test ride, sort of was convinced that his Thunderbird was not really doing that great, considering he had tasted a twin cylinder. Although he loved the other one, still a great motorcycle for what it is. So I think this is a really good upgrade. You know, usually they say a good upgrade should be a motorcycle which is twice the amount of cc of your current motorcycle. So if my current motorcycle is about 25 bhp, a good upgrade would be a 50 bhp motorcycle, and that pretty much is 56 or something, if I'm not wrong. It's a great upgrade for him. Yeah, and he's thoroughly enjoying his rides. No complaints whatsoever. Yeah. You know, I'm going at 80 right now, and that bike is no sweat. So easy, so free and strain free. So this motorcycle is not a fast revving, high revving motorcycle. It's very torquey, like many Enfields, and they have stuck to their, in my opinion, stuck to the Royal Enfield DNA, even though it's a much more sportier, powerful motorcycle with a way more refined engine. I think it has really maintained that Royal Enfield DNA and not steered away from it, which I think is a great thing, because in our market, motorcycles of this sort at its price and sort of brand value doesn't exist. You know, you'll have to pay a lot of money, such as if you want similar experiences, you might have to shell out anywhere close to 10 to 11 lakhs in the Triumph motorcycles for torquey vintage style twin cylinders. You know, like the street twin, which now is the speed twin. There's no more street twin. Yeah, these roads are horrible. God knows when all of this will change, but I think the advantage about, so one of the things that I realized as I'm speaking about motorcycles is that Indian manufacturers or brands which collaborate with Indian manufacturers and build motorcycles, they understand what conditions Indians ride in, be it the performance motorcycles or the commuter motorcycles. They understand how exactly it works. So the way it is built, the choice of metals, the choice of alloys, the cost of the spares, all of this is very apt to what it is for India. Now, motorcycles like the Triumph, Ducati and Kawasaki, I am sure they have wonderful manufacturing quality in terms of their engine and their styling and fit and finish. But in terms of the alloys, the ability to withstand the kind of withstand the diversities of the Indian riding conditions, I still am yet to understand if it is at par with, you know, these motorcycles that are built for India in India, you know, or even assembled here. So that's something that I have been observing, so probably I'll have to learn more about it and figure out how it is. But yeah, Enfield is one of those motorcycles which definitely know how to build a bike for the Indian audience and the Indian riding conditions. So yeah, the one thing I love about this motorcycle, the 650 Interceptor, is the sound of it. So smooth, so beautiful, really well made. Alright, I guess I'm heading home now. Thank you guys for sticking around and watching. If you like such videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and let me know if you'd like to know more about, if you have any questions about motorcycles. I'm not an expert, but I'd love to give my perspective and impressions about anything you would like to know. Lots more to come. Super excited about vlogging and being a motor vlogger. So thanks guys, thanks for watching, and see you around. Bye bye.